Have you ever wondered why some people accumulate money almost naturally, while others work hard for years and seem to make no progress? Wizard, the answer may lie in principles that few know, but that have transcended generations. When we talk about wealth, what comes to mind? Luck, hard work, or perhaps a good education? What if I told you that the secret to becoming truly rich is hidden in rules that most ignore, even though they are right under our noses? In this video, I will share some of the most valuable lessons I have learned from Jewish wisdom about how to build lasting wealth. These are timeless principles that, when followed closely, can change your financial life quickly and effectively. So, if you're tired of working hard without seeing results, stay with me, because what you're about to discover here might be the missing step for you to turn the tide. The first step is understanding how we often sabotage our own wealth. And this begins with how we use or waste money in our daily lives. Misuse of money. The truth is that most people do not remain in financial difficulties because they earn little, but rather because they spend poorly. It is very easy to fall into the traps of impulsive consumption, where small purchases here and there seem harmless. But at the end of the month, when looking at the account balance, the reality hits hard. For example, how many times have you come across an unmissable promotion and bought something you didn't even need? These small decisions combined can be what prevents you from building your wealth. Financial planning begins with the awareness of how you spend every cent. Often, what hinders the accumulation of money are the unconscious habits we form. It could be that subscription service you no longer use, or that habit of buying clothes that end up forgotten at the back of the closet. Without proper financial planning, these practices will erode your ability to generate extra income. A good starting point is to review your monthly expenses with a critical eye and ask, do I really need this? Sometimes, simply changing a few habits can be the key to taking a leap in your wealth accumulation. A practical example is the reckless use of credit cards. It can be a great tool, but also a silent villain. When used recklessly, the card creates a false sense of abundance, which often results in unnecessary debt. The tip is to opt for cash payments whenever possible and use the card only when it is genuinely advantageous, such as in cashback situations or accumulating miles. Controlling the money that comes in and out of your account is crucial for building wealth and avoiding financial crunches. Now, think about all the times you made an emotional purchase, only to regret it soon after. These are the purchases that, in the long run, wreak havoc on your budget. This kind of misuse of money is directly linked to a lack of control and planning. If you stop and reflect on each of these decisions, you will see that, in many cases, avoiding this type of spending might be what's missing to start saving money for real. And if you can see these patterns, you're already on the right path to changing your financial reality. Let's now talk about a classic example of spending that often goes unnoticed, but makes all the difference. Eating out. Eating out regularly may seem like a small expense when looked at in isolation, but when added up over the month, it can consume a good chunk of your budget. Many people underestimate the impact of meals at restaurants, quick snacks, or that routine delivery order. A $15 lunch here, a $30 dinner there, and by the end of the month, you might be spending hundreds of dollars without realizing it. Limiting this type of spending is one of the most effective ways to improve your finances without needing to increase your income. As convenient as eating out is, preparing your meals at home can be much more economical. For those who wish to improve their financial planning, the solution lies in cooking at home. Not only is it cheaper, but it also allows you to have control over the quality of what you eat. A good example of this is preparing meals to take to work. Besides saving money, you ensure you are eating in a healthier and more balanced way. And if time is a problem, there are plenty of quick and nutritious recipes you can prepare in minutes. Another important point to consider is that eating out is often associated with less healthy choices. Fast food and restaurants usually offer larger portions and more calories than necessary, which can end up harming both your wallet and your health. If you want to achieve wealth and lead a prosperous life, taking care of your body is just as important as taking care of your mind. Controlling these two aspects together will yield significant results, both financially and in terms of quality of life. Now, think about the long-term impact. If you calculate how much you spend on meals out over a year, you'll see that the total can be surprisingly high. That money could be invested more intelligently, whether in savings or in investment funds that generate extra income. Imagine how much you could accumulate if you redirected that spending into something that truly contributes to your future. And speaking of habits that drain your money, there's a common villain that many do not realize. Coffee addiction. Who doesn't like to start the day with a good coffee, right? But the habit of buying coffee outside can be a major villain for your wallet. Those $4 or $5 for a coffee every day may seem harmless, but the impact can be significant. Think about it. If you spend $5 on coffee daily, that means $150 a month and almost $1,800 a year. That is money that, with good financial planning, could be invested and start generating extra income for you. The solution? Simple: make your coffee at home. It seems like basic advice, but the difference in your budget is clear. Investing in a good coffee maker and quality beans can lead to significant savings. Additionally, making coffee at home gives it a more personal touch and allows you to adjust the flavor to your liking. And if you enjoy gourmet coffee, there are many ways to make quality coffee without spending too much. This small adjustment can be an important step towards more efficient money management. The dependence on this daily habit also brings to light how we spend without realizing it. Often, coffee becomes an excuse for small outings or meetups, quickly turning into a spending cycle that goes unnoticed. It's important to reflect on how these small pleasures, which seem harmless, can accumulate surprisingly. By making a simple swap, like bringing coffee from home, you not only save but also gain more control over what you consume daily. Now, start observing other eating habits that may follow the same path. Often, what seems like a good choice might be harming your finances and even your health. Let's talk about this in the next point, especially when it comes to the so-called health food. Health food traps. The marketing of healthy food brands is so aggressive that we often end up spending more on products that seem beneficial but, in practice, do not offer as many advantages. Foods labeled as organic, gluten-free, or natural can be significantly more expensive, but are not always the best choice for your health or your wallet, unless you have some kind of dietary restriction. True financial planning involves knowing where your money is going. And in this case, a good starting point is to reassess what you are buying and whether these foods truly deliver on their promises. Many of these products take advantage of trends and end up inflating prices based on a perception of health that is not always real. For example, that fit snack filled with pretty packaging and catchy words may not be as healthy as it seems. Furthermore, instead of spending on processed foods that sell the idea of healthiness, a cheaper and, most of the time, healthier solution is to prepare your own meals at home, using fresh and natural ingredients. If you truly want to improve your health and finances at the same time, consider adopting the habit of shopping at local markets or fairs. Many fresh and unprocessed foods are more affordable and nutritious. Buying fruits, vegetables, and whole grains instead of processed foods is a real game changer for your budget. Additionally, cooking at home allows you to avoid unnecessary ingredients and ensures you are consuming something genuinely healthy. The point is that health is not always found on the most expensive shelves of the supermarket. Often, the simple and natural options are the best choices for both your health and your wallet. This kind of financial trap is easy to fall into, but once you are aware of it, you can redirect your money towards something more productive. Give it a try. Fill your cart with truly healthy products and see the difference in the total of your purchase. And speaking of financial traps, there is a habit that can end up draining your resources faster than you might think. Partying. Nightlife can be extremely enticing, especially when it comes to unwinding and relaxing with friends after an intense work week. However, what many do not realize is the financial impact that this routine can cause. Going out to parties, bars, or clubs frequently can consume a significant portion of your budget without you even noticing. A happy hour here, a round of drinks there, and by the end of the month, you may be spending much more than you should. This type of behavior, when recurring, undermines any effort at financial planning, putting you in a cycle of spending that does not offer a real return for your life. Controlling how often you engage in nightlife activities is a simple and effective strategy to save money. This does not mean you have to give up fun altogether, but rather be more conscious of your choices. For example, instead of going out every weekend, how about reducing outings to once a month? Or even organizing gatherings at home, where the cost is much lower, but the fun can be the same? Small changes in this habit can free up significant resources that can be invested more intelligently, helping you build your wealth over time. In addition to the financial impact, There is also the productivity factor. Who hasn't had an unproductive day after a night of excess? The habit of going out frequently can not only compromise your finances, but also your ability to focus and give your best at work or in personal projects. And productivity, after all, is directly linked to the ability to generate extra income. Having more focus and energy during the week can be the push you need to achieve that financial planning you've always dreamed of. It's important to keep in mind that often what you are sacrificing by spending on parties is not just money, but also opportunities. What could be saved and invested can grow over time, especially if applied strategically in investments that generate returns. But be careful, not every investment is a good deal. There are many that can actually destroy your finances even faster. Bad investments. When it comes to investments, many people end up being lured by promises of quick and easy returns. And therein lies the danger. Investing recklessly in high-risk markets, such as cryptocurrencies or NFTs, may seem like an incredible opportunity to multiply your money in a short time. But the reality is that these types of investments are extremely volatile and often unpredictable. Without good financial planning and knowledge about where you are putting your money, the chances of losing more than gaining are very high. The best way to avoid falling into these traps is to focus on traditional and proven investments, such as stocks of good companies, real estate funds, or even good old US Treasury bonds. These types of investments may not offer the quick return that many seek, but they ensure security and stability. A good example is investing in stocks of large companies like Apple, Amazon, or Microsoft, which are known for their consistency and sustainable growth over the years. Another common mistake many make is getting carried away by the excitement of the moment. Hearing a hot investment tip from a friend or seeing the price of a cryptocurrency skyrocket can generate an almost irresistible urge to jump into that bet. But it is crucial to stay calm and remember that every good investment requires research and planning. There is no shortcut to building wealth consistently. After all, investing should not be a gamble, but rather a carefully thought-out strategy to protect and grow your money. If you have already fallen into this trap, know that you are not alone. Many investors, even the most experienced ones, have made bad investments. The key is to learn from mistakes and restructure your financial approach to focus on options that truly provide security. And if your goal is to protect your wealth, you need to pay attention to another major villain in finance, which can not only destroy your financial life even faster but also affect your emotional well-being. Gambling and addictions. Gambling is one of the most dangerous traps for personal finances. The allure of winning large amounts of money quickly attracts many people, but in reality, most lose much more than they gain. Casinos, sports betting, and even lotteries may seem harmless at first, but when the habit becomes recurrent, it can destroy not only your savings but also your emotional stability. A bet that seemed like a quick investment turns into a vicious cycle of losses, debts, and frustration, from which it is very difficult to escape. Controlling the desire to participate in such activities is a crucial step for those who wish to accumulate wealth sustainably. Instead of betting your money on something that depends entirely on luck, it is much more productive to direct those resources towards investments with real growth potential. Think about the money you would spend on gambling and consider applying it to an investment fund or a high-yield savings account. Over time, this decision could mean the difference between being in debt or enjoying a comfortable retirement. Additionally, it is important to recognize that gambling addiction can affect much more than just your bank balance. The emotional pressure of trying to recover lost money can lead to poor decisions, further increasing the cycle of losses. Not to mention the impact this behavior can have on your personal relationships and productivity at work. The path to financial freedom involves, above all, self-control and discipline. And that means resisting the temptation of quick and easy solutions that ultimately lead to even bigger problems. For those who are already involved in gambling or feel they may be developing an addiction, it is essential to seek help. There are many resources, such as rehabilitation programs, that can assist in this recovery process. And while we are talking about habits that drain your money, it is also worth reflecting on another daily custom that can insidiously harm both your wallet and your health. Fast food consumption. Fast food, despite being convenient and seemingly cheap, can be one of the biggest saboteurs of your finances and your health. Many people turn to it as a quick solution for hunger amid the hustle and bustle of daily life, but when we add up the amount spent over weeks or months, the impact can be surprising. Moreover, Quick meals rarely offer the necessary nutritional value, which ultimately affects your health in the long run. This habit may seem harmless at first, but over time, it harms not only your wallet but also your body. As we have already mentioned, preparing meals at home is a much more economical way to eat, as well as being healthier. With good financial planning, it is possible to considerably reduce spending on fast food. For example, instead of spending $10 on a burger combo, you could prepare a balanced meal at home for half the price and with much better quality. For those who have time constraints, a good option is to prepare larger quantities of meals during the weekend and freeze them for use throughout the week. This not only saves money but also time and health. Additionally, excessive fast food consumption is directly related to health problems such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Taking care of your health is also part of taking care of your money. Spending on medical treatments and medications can be much more expensive than you think. Therefore, by cutting or reducing fast food consumption, you not only improve your quality of life but also protect your wealth from unexpected health expenses. Changing eating habits is an excellent starting point for those who wish to accumulate wealth and live a more balanced life. Now that you know the main mistakes that are draining your money and have learned practical ways to avoid each of them, it's time to take the first step towards transforming your life and stop repeating the same patterns. Think carefully, which of these habits is holding you back? Is it the temptation to spend on small and unnecessary things, or perhaps the lack of control over your finances? Are you ready to stop wasting money and start building your real wealth? Because now, with this knowledge, you have all the tools to do so. If it's clear that small changes can lead to big results, what are you waiting for to apply these lessons in your daily life? Wealth does not come from a giant leap but from several consistent small steps. How about starting today? And to help you even more in this process, I've left in the pinned comment a practical tool that will guide you in the complete organization of your finances for just $4.99. With it, you will be able to visualize your expenses, plan your savings, and save money to invest wisely. Don't let this opportunity pass by. It's a small investment for a significant step towards your financial freedom. And of course, if you want to continue learning about how to improve your financial life and make smarter decisions with your money, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss any new content and will stay on the right path to your financial independence.